How's it going, everybody? I think I've got everything set up. It's been a bit of a mad rush to try and get it up and running, and of course, get it up, go tend to the wood stove, come back, and the first instance of this tonight crashed. So we should be good. And Garrick, you can read my message. The last time I put music in, it wasn't a copyright claim or a copyright strike, but it was a copyright split with the music that I was using. Even though, and I don't think the copyright holder takes any of the split, but it's like I need to find something that is absolutely guaranteed to be free, even if that's me and uh, Lano creating some music specifically for this. So, anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? Just while I'm waiting for the answer to that because of the lag, couple things I want to show you. I finished the Golden Bullet track and I finished all of the activities. I don't recall if I did that on stream or if I did that on Monday night when I was hanging out with the guys. But I did the incursion with the guys from the Tuxedo Bandito community Discord. I'm not affiliated with them, obviously. There are, we've got a small clan, Delta Tactical, but I've been on their community Discord for about a year, and I can't impress or I can't say enough positive things about the people that are there. Taking me through my first raids, it was all done on that channel. Taking me through not my first incursion clear, but the first incursion clear that got me the weapon I've been coveting for a while. So, and it was interesting. I was the only one that got the Ouroboros to drop, and I, believe it or not, got two to drop in one mission. When Johnson died, he dropped one, and when I opened the chest, I got a second one. So there were two of us in that group that it was his first time through. It was my second clear. I kept this one. I gave him the other one, basically. So this is now a perfect rolled Ouroboros. I didn't have to reconfigure it. It dropped with damage to targets out of cover, but it did need a little bit of optimization, which is part of the reason that I ran the character through Warlords on Sunday night. So I did get this Sunday afternoon. If you caught it really quick Sunday night, at one point I threw it in my stash because it wasn't optimized. I didn't have any builds put together. I hadn't given it any thought, so I just moved it out of the way. But I do have an Ouroboros now. Okay. Well, and the music that I chose is meant to be free to use for streamers. But again, I'm basing that off of the message. I'm just waiting to use some of the music that I've written or recorded and have someone copyright strike it, and it's like I don't I don't know if my temper would allow me to deal with something like that. But anyway, uh, hang on. You know what? I'm going to send you an invite. Give me one sec. Oh, hang on. I just got to find you in my list. I think I scrolled right past you because I didn't see you on the first pass through. What the? All right, hang on. Let's do it this way. This should work. Because I'm not seeing your name on my list for whatever reason, which is just weird. There it is. Done. Found you. So, couple builds. Somebody please remind me to come back to this. This is an oxidizer build that I put together based off of some of the gameplay for the incursion. Awesome. Thanks, Garrick. Actually, I'll go over this one really, really quick. So what I found when I ran it, and Mad Max, if he pops in, will confirm this, that the way they deal with the turrets in the first bit is an oxidizer build. So I copied one that I found online. It was okay. And it was exactly that. It was just okay. So I started thinking, okay, what builds do I have that I can modify slightly and see how far I can push this? So this basically is a modification of, it's a combination between my healer build and my normal or my old skill build. So it's 3 pieces of Empress because that gives you 10% skill efficiency plus 10% skill damage. Both are important. Where I could, I rolled in skill damage and status effects, both, because I'm leaning completely into the oxidizer. I went with 2 pieces of Wyvern, again, for skill damage and status effects. And you can see this one is also around skill damage and status effects. The only skill haste on the build are the mods. I shouldn't say that, but that's pretty much where I tried to go with this. I rolled Creeping Death onto the backpack. The chest is an Empress piece. It's got skill damage and crit chance. I could spend the time seeing if I can craft one that's got everything I want, which would be skill damage, status effects, and then glass cannon, because that's ultimately what I wanted, because this build is actually played from range in a more or less safe place, and your job basically is just take down the turrets. So glass cannon isn't the end of the world in that particular case. And the reality is I could hot swap that out for this one, which has got kinetic momentum. This is the safer of the 2 choices, but I was going for maximum damage, basically. So we went with glass cannon. BTSU data gloves, we are going to detonate the hive on purpose. Second piece of Wyvern here, status effects and skill damage. And then the knee pads is the 3rd piece of Empress with skill damage. And this one happens to have skill haste. Again, if I wanted this to be absolutely maxed out in terms of oxy damage, then this would be skill damage and status effects. So I'm also running capacitor. If you can, charge it up fully to full stack. Like basically throw out, in this case I'm using the Artificer Hive because it will boost your skills while it's on your hip. Or you can throw it down. Now, what I'm going to do with it is I'm actually going to throw the hive and then detonate it because of this, because that gives me overcharge for 15 seconds. So then I have an overcharged oxy. And if you're wondering what that looks like, the oxidizer on overcharge gives you plus 6 additional ammo. It's 100% on the radius size, 150% duration, and plus 80 on the damage. So it's a massive boost. Well, it's not massive, but it's 20% more damage and that much bigger than the tier 6, which it already was. So even at tier 6, it does a lot of damage. When it's overcharged, it does a lot more damage. So throw the hive out, stack up the capacitor, detonate the hive, and swap to the oxy and start shooting, basically, is what it comes down to. In my testing earlier tonight, when I was putting this together, I was averaging, and this is, well, let's go, I'll show you. It's probably the easiest way to do it. Exactly. It's the caution with this is if you're using it close to yourself, be aware how much bigger that radius is, because it is so incredibly easy to kill yourself. If you're using it around other players and they inadvertently run in front of you while you're firing and you hit them in the back of the head, you're going to be dead before you can go, what the f... So, like I said, take hive, toss it where you can't pick it back up. I'm going to switch this over to hard. I'm going to charge the capacitor, and what I'm looking at is the numbers right beside the capacitor itself. I'm going to detonate the hive, and look at the damage numbers. It's almost 500,000 plus dot. So this one was 20 seconds because that included my capacitor shooting. But now that it's got the cloud active, watch the TTK. It's 4.5 seconds to kill this on hard. And you can see the damage numbers that are continuing to scroll. It's still doing 350k. And the Artificer Hive is back on my hip doing its magic. It charges that fast the first time. And with the shooting I've done, I've still got 5 charges left, and it's still knocking things out in 8 seconds. So this is a highly specific build intended for, in my case, the incursion to knock out the turrets. That's the only thing I would use it on, save maybe the lovebirds if we were using that strategy, but no. The other place it would come in handy would be a tidal basin in the finale, just knocking out the rocket launchers, because you get it close and it's going to kill both of them. And then same thing with Wyvern. If you can get someone to riot foam Wyvern or shock her, a couple of these chems and she's not going to survive. So bear that in mind. That's all this build is intended to do. So put that together. I don't know if it's a perfect build. It certainly seems to be, but I didn't copy it off anybody, I don't think. I just sort of threw it together, and I put together 3 or 4 different variations of this. I tried using some of the gear sets. I tried using 3 pieces of hardwired and a couple of different pieces. I tried using the vial mask. I've seen people do this with the Acosta's Go Bag, which I don't have on this character. But this seemed to me to be the best overall choice because you can self-overcharge. You don't have to rely on somebody else doing it. Cooldown on overcharge is here. It is 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. The duration is 15 seconds. So basically what I've seen from the people that are doing it, it's 4 shots at one turret, 4 shots at the other in the span of about 6 seconds, and they're both done. That's it. That's the whole strat. Your team has to move into if you've played the incursion, there's sort of a lower tier and an upper tier, if you want to call it that, to the first room. They go into the first or the lower tier, clear ads, which triggers the turrets. Your guy in the Oxy knocks out the 2 turrets, and then everybody pushes up, kills the sniper that's in the center raised position, deals with the rest of the ads, and the room's clear. It's absolutely stress-free. It's really, really easy. The other way to do it is with a healer using a similar strategy where you're going to overcharge using their hive. You use overcharged decoys at the top of the stairs as you enter the room. Throw the decoys out because the overcharged decoy grabs it's plus 250% threat. So it just draws all the aggro. You go in, you get on top of the box or the dump truck, or not a dump truck, garbage truck at the other side, knock out the turrets, and then push into the center clearing ads. It's another way to do it. This one is easier, safer. What I don't yet know how to do properly is aim at those boxes from the back of the room. It's something I'm going to have to figure out. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty incredible. So you can already see the difference in health and threat from tier 6 to overcharged. It's nuts. Yes, this is expertise 10, but that's only plus an additional 10% threat. So that would be 100% threat on mine versus 260% threat. So food for thought. Overcharge is insanely powerful, especially when it's used tactically or strategically as, or sorry, I should say strategically as part of your overall strat for dealing with whatever you're dealing with. So that's the first build I wanted to show you. If we get a group together, and if we, do the run through the reset today with the weekly invaded missions, I'm going to try this out on Wyvern. If like Max might be on. He had planned load shedding tonight for 3 hours. I think he'll be back online in half an hour if he's coming back online. And I haven't really heard from anybody else tonight, so this might be a solo run tonight. I wouldn't recommend running this solo. You especially with glass cannon, I think you'd get annihilated very quickly. But the other thing that I wanted to show is I've updated my main DPS to take advantage of Ouroboros. Basically, the way I used to run this would be with St. Elmo's and an ACS-12. I'm swapping it around a little bit. Ouroboros is here, and then a Police M4, basically a high-end assault rifle, because you don't need anything else to get the stacks because of the fire rate on the Oreo. You can see it's 1688. And we've got Golden Bullet active, so it's going to go north of that once I've got Golden Bullet. I may tweak this back the way it was before because the stats on the Police M4 are not great. I'm at 53% crit chance, 178% crit damage with the Ouroboros. But I'm only at 30%, 7% crit chance with the Police M4. So basically the only changes I made to the build were the chest piece. I would normally run, where is it? It is this Cheska with Obliterate and crit damage. All I've done is swap Cheska for Grupo. Solo incursion, let's go. No. So with Cheska, I'm over cap on the Ouroboros, and so just to show you the difference. With Grupo, you can see these are identical pieces. Obliterate, crit chance, crit damage, and a crit damage mod. It's fully optimized. Cheska is exactly the same. The only difference between the two is plus 10% crit chance for this and plus 10% or plus 15% crit damage on the Grupo piece. So with Cheska, and this is sort of how you have to think about your builds. Am I going to be playing this close range, or am I going to be playing in that 15 to 25 meter sweet spot like I would with an assault rifle? Probably won't with the Ouroboros. But if I do play closer, and like the incursion as an example, you are close to most of your targets, you're going to be getting the plus 25% crit damage from coyotes. In this case, I'm over cap. I'm not certain how far over cap I am, but I'm at 100. I've come down from 173 to 163. So I've lost the 10% or 15%. I've lost 15% crit damage, but I've gained additional. So I think, and this is an I think I'm at 60. I don't remember what the first number was. I think I'm at 64% crit chance. So I'm not over by much, but I'm up to 47% crit chance with the assault rifle and 153% crit damage. So in those ranges where I would normally use an assault rifle, Coyotes is going to take me up to 57% crit chance and 163% crit damage. So how do you want to play the build, basically, is where I'm going with this. So I think ultimately Cheska is the better choice, but Grupo is certainly an option. Yeah, I think I'm at 63% is ultimately where I end up. So I'm not over by much, but I'm at 178% crit damage with Oro. I will do more damage with this, like it is right now with Ouroboros. I will do quite a bit less damage with the Police M4 or FAMAS or Carbine 7 or whatever it is you choose to use as your assault rifle. Segues into the season that's supposed to start on next Tuesday, a week from today. I put a graphic up on my clan's Discord talking about some of the changes to bear in mind and some of the things that you may want to consider in terms of weapons that we've all passed on. The Shield Splinter F2000, the Shield Splinter is just a named F2000, are getting a 50 RPM buff, and I can't remember if they're also getting something else to go along with that, but basically it takes the F2000 up to the same RPM as the FAMAS. My understanding from watching a whole bunch of videos from people who delve a lot deeper than I do into the math is that the F2000, because, and here's the caveat, this all has to do with the talent that's going to become available in a week. It's called Behind You. It gives you 40, and that's a 40% amp damage to targets that are not focused on you. Now, obviously, not all targets are not going to be focused on you, but for the ones that aren't, whether you're using a decoy, or you've got a tank in your group or something like that that's taking the threat or the aggro, you all of a sudden now have a by itself amplifying multiplier that gives you 40% additional damage. So with that in mind, the guns, the non-exotic guns that you can change your talent on are going to move ahead of Eagle Bearer and St. Elmo's. Elmo right now being sort of the top of the heap for assault rifles. Because of its RPM boost, the F2000 is going to slightly, and I do mean very, very slightly, like 1%, edge out FAMAS for top slot. So because it hits very slightly harder, because of its original RPM, it hit a little harder per bullet. So it's going to probably go to the top of the slot, assuming that you put Behind You. I believe that's what the talent's called on it. And I've missed a whole bunch of comments. I'm going to go back and have a look at them in just a second. But if you get the chance this week, craft yourself a couple of different guns, or go hunting for them. Go look for, if you have the opportunity to get a Shield Splinter and you can find a good one, grab it, because it's the named variant, if I pronounce that correctly, or an F2000. I've got one in my stash. And then start considering some box magazine fed machine guns, that you may have passed on in the past, because machine guns, if I can find it here, are getting a 20% damage buff. And again, if you put Behind You on it as a talent, it will actually out DPS the top tier or the top of the heap assault rifles for maximum DPS output. They come at a little bit of a penalty because you can no longer use a shield. But again, if you're using Behind You, you may want to start leaning more heavily into the decoy. Food for thought. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't played it yet. I did not participate in the PTS, so I don't have any preconceived strategies or notions about what the season is going to hold. But all food for thought. The other ones to consider having in your stash, Emmeline's Guard is now going to give you 30% armor on kill. So that's incredibly powerful if you need an armor on kill supplement to your build. What are the other ones? Obliterate is now going to last for 10 seconds. So right now, I don't know that I have Obliterate on anything any longer. I've swapped over from Obliterate to Strained for the most part. Yeah, I don't have one on me. We'll go have a quick look. I think the duration is 5 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Holy A-okay. We want assault rifles, talents. I might be thinking of something different. I might be thinking of a chest. It's Optimist. Okay, so that's a chest talent. My bad. Is it chest? Yeah, Obliterate. It's only 5 seconds currently. That's going to 10 seconds. And you stack up to a potential 25% for 10 seconds now. So Obliterate's going to be far more powerful. It's my more or less go-to for a chest talent in all of my builds anyway, but it's getting a buff. Brazos. And this is the cool one. Brazos is on a couple of my builds as a 2-piece. With the 3-piece Brazos, you're now going to get a plus 50% magazine. or plus 50% mag size. So if you've got things like a tactical vector that you wanted to be able to get a little bit more ammunition into, the way I've always done it, or the way I have been doing it, is with 3 pieces of True Patriot, 3 pieces of Brazos. It gives you a skill tier, it gives you skill haste, and then it gives you a 50% increased mag size. So think about that now also from the perspective of an armor-based skill build. You've got additional armor and now a 50% bigger magazine size for something like, oh, I don't know, the capacitor, which suffers a little bit because it's only a 42 rounder. Capacitor is an incredibly powerful gun. And oh, by the way, it's getting the capacitor is getting a 10% damage buff, and you'll be able to re-roll all of the third talents on it, so you can go to damage to targets out of cover. So I'm getting more and more and more hyped and excited for this coming season just because of some of the possibilities. It's going to really shake up some of the builds that I've been putting together. If you don't want to reload and don't want to use the Bullet King, excuse me, consider a GR9 with a gunner specialization with the big mag. And, gosh, what's the talent? Where is it? I think I scrolled right past it. I might have pulled it out of here. This is the other gun that I'm probably will become one of my go-tos, is the L86, because it already is one of the hardest hitting LMGs in the game. And with a 20% buff and a different talent, it's going to be pretty insane. Where's my GR9? There it is. Steady-handed. So if you hit all 100, you've got a 250 round mag, I think, with this thing when it's fully joy. It says 200 there, but again, if you've got the big mag, I believe that's 250, and you hit 100, and it automatically reloads. So it basically becomes a Bullet King for you, and it hits harder. Plus, you're increasing your accuracy and stability as you're shooting. All right, Garrick, we'll see you in a bit. So that's kind of my thought, my thoughts on some of the builds. Like, as an example, my legendary skill build already has 2 pieces of Brazos and then 3 pieces of Empress. I would strongly consider replacing the Memento on this build for another piece of Brazos, just to get that additional 50% mag size. So, and then see about how I'm going to get back any armor. I hate being in this building now. The advantage of having a Memento on this build is I've got 3% armor regen. One possibility would be throw a piece of Brazos on here with, say, Bloodsucker, or something like that gives you bonus armor. I haven't figured it out yet, but it's, like I said, the possibilities are huge. So what I'm going to do basically is that's kind of what my plan was for tonight, is do a little bit of playing around with Cheska versus Grupo. The only difference between them really is the, where did he go? This one doesn't have any expertise applied, and all expertise does on a gear piece like this is just give you a little bit of additional armor, and you can see the difference is it go from 805 down to 786. So, I mean, I could throw it on real quick. I'm not going to do that for the sake of this. I'm planning on just doing some running around. So this is the build that I'm going to be running for the first part. It's 4 pieces. It's my standard DPS build. They're all rolled the same. Weapon damage and crit damage on all of the Strikers pieces. All of them are run up to 11% expertise, as you can see on the entire build. So 4 pieces of Strikers, piece of Cheska with Obliterate, and the Coyote's Mask. And then we'll see how it plays. What I'm finding is I have to play closer. The Ouroboros absolutely chews through ammunition like like it's going out of style. And you have to play closer, which is far riskier for a strikers type build. So I'm going to also explore putting on a Hunter's Fury build because of the stagger and all of the other sorts of things. So let's throw that together real quick before we go out. So all I'm going to do here is save this because I'm basically going to duplicate it, but with Hunter's Fury pieces. And I don't think I have any on me. And I may have to craft some of these. Or at least reconfigure and recalibrate. Because I think they're all rolled headshot currently. And let's see where we are for stats real quick. We're at the same crit chance, 115 damage. So every one of these pieces is getting crit damage. So that was the backpack. So it is exactly the same build, except Hunter's Fury. We're at 60 and 163, so a little bit less crit. No, same crit damage. The assault rifle is still 47 to 153. So that's similar. What this gives you, though, is additional SMG damage, 20% armor on kill on top of the 10% that you're getting from gunner specialization, and 100% health on kill. And then the Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So if you pin a group in a doorway, they're disoriented, you can just mow them down. And then the backpack talent increases the radius of disorient on Apex Predator from 5 meters to 10 meters. So you've got a fairly significant area of effect for this. So this is what we're going to try. We'll compare and contrast. So we'll go back to loadouts. But I want to see how, first and foremost, the difference in feel, if you want to call it that, between Cheska and Grupo. And, you know, do a little bit of XP farming. So what I'm going to do before we go out is throw my world on challenging. And we're going to go Fog of War, Cool Skills, No Regen, and Special Ammo, so 4 directives. Basically everything except Pistolero. This is probably my favorite way to go farm for XP. It's the enemies don't hit quite as hard, and your XP is very, very similar to, I mean, obviously it's not the same as Heroic, but it's quite similar. And then these bad boys, the I'm blanking out completely. The propaganda broadcasts give a fair bit. They're quick, but that's not actually what I was thinking of. Is the, and I can't think of what they're called because I'm an idiot. Not hostage rescues, but public executions. Public executions on challenging with 4 directives is quite high. Like these guys. You can see the XP reward for this. Is it going to show it? It did, and then it disappeared. So this one rewards 213K. This one rewards, it's not going to show it. Why not? Why, you know. And that one's 35.4. So propaganda broadcasts and public executions are your best bang for your buck. I think this one was the same as this one, but I'm not positive. So anyway, we'll start here anyway.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Now again, I do need stacks. I do have a hive.
Golden Bullet received. Incoming hostiles detected. Detected. Golden Bullet being assembled by hostile. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Thought I heard another one. Maybe not. But the rate of fire on this with Golden Bullet is just absolutely ludicrous. There's one. We got two propaganda broadcasts. We'll go do those two.
Hostile broadcast.
Yeah, of course he jumped down. Oh, there he is.
Hostile has Golden Bullet.
You do not need to fear the Black Tusk or the True Sun. We know that under General Ridgway, things at Roosevelt Island got out of hand. With General Anderson's steady and intelligent leadership, we hope one paved with a common purpose. A common goal fortified by collaboration. We will not allow no element that is in the White House to deter us from our mission.
Wow. One-shot shield. And no golden bullets. I think they come out over... No, I guessed wrong.
Access key detected.
Which absolutely granted me certain advantages in life.
Progress halted.
An isolated time.
Manual override required.
Let's guess same room.
Progress resumed.
So there was a level. So 2 got me a level. So this feels really good. What I'm going to do is swap to the Grupo and see if we, or no, that was Grupo. That was Grupo. Let's swap to Cheska. So this should kill that much quicker.
We used to fear an all-knowing heartless technology. We wrote stories about the and now that these have become a reality, we are handing our lives over to Isaac, an unfeeling tech that decides who
And I think I'm going to get rid of the revive hive because I'm using the shield.
What did you do? Golden Bullet received. Access key detected.
Hard to tell how much harder it hits simply because it with Golden Bullet it hits so friggin' hard. So this is not exactly scientific testing.
Override required. Progress resumed.
I know you have to. Friendly down.
I can't remember on challenging if there's 2 waves in the final. There is. There's somebody else in there.
Medic override required.
I should have actually looked at the numbers.
I hear some of you are thinking about bending the knee and kissing the shiny
Who got out?
cat to Natalia Sokolova. Like, I get it. She's hot and very
There's somebody in there. Okay, so if I hit... So crits are hitting 63.8 with Cheska. And I was hitting 60.9 with Grupo, I believe. Yeah. So Cheska does put out more damage. It's not a massive amount, but it does. And that feels very comfortable, easy to run. Let's try out Hunters with Cheska. Now the rate of fire isn't as high with this, so it's 1485 stock. It is, now I can't remember, 1688 with strikers. But we're getting amp damage with the Hunter's Fury. Plus armor on kill, plus disorient.
Don't be afraid of a gnat. Without the swarm. We want to take her down. We just need to separate her from her creepy-ass collective of buggy-ass black tusk tech.
Right, so the one thing I do want to change this to is I'm actually going to go to a striker drone to help find the enemies because I am using... Okay, so that gives me an 18-second cooldown on the shield, so we'll wait about till there's about 5 seconds and then rush in like an idiot.
Assembling a golden bullet.
I don't fucking.
I'm not saying it's easy, but the true sons are willing to make those tough decisions and do what's right for everybody.
Basically, I'm just using the, in my case, the deploy key, which is an E. I'm using that to find them because it's just, I find that more convenient than guessing.
The true sons don't give a damn about your past transgressions. We don't ask questions. Therefore, it's your loyalty and respect. Join us,
Access
and
key
together we will
detected.
clean up this city and America.
So this is hitting very similarly to Striker's Grupo in terms of raw damage numbers, like damage per bullet. Now, obviously, you're throwing more bullets downrange
Halted.
with
Manual override.
with Strikers.
required. Progress resumed. Agent received golden bullet. Manual override required.
So basically, every 2 events, you're going up a level with this. And there's a public execution, so we'll go back for that one. See how this
Okay, but like for real, Mari makes the best fish tacos in
works in hopefully close proximity.
Before all this shit started, only hipsters give a fuck about local, small-scale, sustainable food. And now, like, that's just the world. I mean, sometimes the phrase categorically correct.
Hostile control point nearby.
I'm just going to wait before going in for a second for the shield. Don't want to wait too long because I don't want them to kill anybody.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostile has full golden bullet.
So that quick, we're done. Now I just have to go see them.
That's it, right? This is what it's come to?
Target near you.
And then we'll save the bounty for some other time. I know all of you who are here on a regular basis have seen me do that before, but basically what I'm doing is I'm picking it up, opening my map, hovering my cursor over the active one, and then pressing G, which pulls up a submenu, and F, which cancels the bounty. I still have it, I'm choosing to abort it, which means I can do it at a later date. We'll go do that one. Fast travel to DZ South. And see if we can get the loot goblin. All I'm looking for is a flash on my mini-map. Which I'm not seeing. Yeah, there he is. See how we nuke him pretty quick.
Hostile broadcast.
We'll do the propaganda broadcast. Hopefully I can get a kill in before this disappears. Nope, not quite.
And for that, they have put a target on our backs.
There he is.
We have to fight ourselves. And if we don't do them wrong, so do you.
I'm guessing they're going to spawn in that room over here that sucks because they never come out of it.
slowly end in pain, or to take a bullet to the brain. At what point is death the merciful loss?
Nope.
Golden Bullet being assembled by hostile. Access key detected. Hostile control point identified.
Come on. Let's go.
The true sons don't give a damn about your past transgressions.
Override
We
required.
don't pass judgment. We don't ask questions. All we have
Hoping they spawn in the same place or roughly the same place, and I can hijack them as they come out. And we'll get to see the disorient. Nope. 2 for 2. Guessed wrong both times.
Hostile has full Golden Bullet. Agent received a Golden Bullet. Manual override required.
If you're gonna run the Oreo, if you do get it, I don't think Gunner's a must-have, but it's a really, really, really should have.
Gun strike! Wait for it!
System disrupted. System back online.
Close.
Come on!
Incoming hostiles detected.
Went the wrong way again.
Access key detected.
Excuse me. By the way, I was watching a video earlier talking about, you know, the coming season and prep work and some things to consider, but he also ended up talking, and this was Tux, by the way, Tuxedo Bandito, talking about how to very quickly get through that for your season track when the new season spawns, so that you get to take advantage of as rapidly as possible the new gear pieces, the new named items, the new exotics, etc., etc. What I'm doing right now is pretty near the fastest way to do it. So challenging, 4 directives, and open world activities. If you have enough experience to manage heroic control points by yourself with all 5 directives, that is absolutely the way to go. The route that he recommended was, I'm just trying to think, go to the safe house, and then it was here, fast travel to the capital, go here, fast travel back here, go here, and then I think it was fast travel to Tidal Base and go here, I believe. So it was 1, 2, 3, fast travel, 4. No, it was 1, 2, fast travel, 3, fast travel 4, fast travel 5, and then reset your control, and then run over here and do this one. So that's the 6. Reset your map while you're fast traveling back to the ring, and rinse and repeat. 2 ways to manage something like that is to use a hotshot style sniper build with White Death, because once you're in cover with the sharpshooter specialization, you start genning ammunition. He runs it with, and I can't remember the build, to be honest. He was running an 1886 because it hits almost as hard, but it fires faster between. So there's certainly that. That's one way to go if you can land your shots. Basically using a headshot determined style build. It's a lot of fun. Or run ongoing directive, and then run what the heck you want. Because once you've got the specialty ammo, and you use the gunner specialization, you will be building your base ammo stock. The specialty ammo that you get with the hollow point rounds don't come from your ammo pool. It's free ammunition. So I use gunner, Banshee Pulse, wait until I've got a magazine full or 2 mags full of ammunition, and then Banshee Pulse them, like basically pick a red, Banshee Pulse them, kill him quick. That gives you your hollow points, and then go nuts from there. And once you've got hollow point ammunition, generally speaking, you could get rid of that and go to a drone or whatever, Revive Hive, etc., etc. I typically run the small shield and keep the Banshee Pulse, and then pulse when I think, if I'm getting pushed, I Banshee Pulse them rather than pull the shield out, because it staggers them and I can usually kill them faster than they can react. For that, my go-to build was 4 pieces of ongoing Memento backpack for the added survivability plus 30% additional weapon damage. And the Cheska chest piece that I've got on this build right now. That's my sort of go-to for something like that. That would be how I would do this. And then when you get bored of doing that, I do this loop around the Washington Monument, because especially when you start running the specialty ammo, or not specialty ammo, sorry, if you're running the directive that gives them special ammo, consider who you're fighting, because that determines what ammunition they have. True Sons, which is largely this area, it's Black Tusk, which are disrupt ammo, which can be a pain in the ass, but they don't hurt. True Sons are bleed ammo, which again, it hurts, but it doesn't impact your ability to fight, run, aim, etc. You start running up against these fire assholes. They hit you with one single fire bullet, and you can't aim down sights any longer. You run up against the hyenas, and all of a sudden you're disoriented and you're staggering around the map, and you can't fight back effectively. So this is typically the area that I will run. Same with here. These 2 areas are safe, or at least easier. So bear that in mind. So we'll do one more, because I think there was a TC over there. And then I'm going to take a quick check on the wood stove, and then we'll get back at this. I also got to offload or go deconstruct. I'm being a lot more diligent about not deconstructing in the field, because I've realized that there are some weapon talents that I'm missing, and some of my roles in my library are not fully maxed out. And you can see the stagger there. That's why this is so effective. And just like that, we're done. I think this is my new favorite running around build, to be honest. This is the first time in a long time I haven't played Strikers. But I also haven't played with an SMG in as long as I can remember. Exactly. That's exactly right, Garrick. But if you've planned your route out and you've practiced it, which again, it's not a bad idea to just, go run it, practice it, see how it works for you. You can do the entire 100 levels in like a 6-hour session, maybe less if you're efficient about it. So basically what I'm talking about is an afternoon and you've done the entire season's track. Food for thought. The way I used to do it was a status effect build and just go after convoys. This is far more fun because but you want to minimize the amount of time that you spend running. You want to fast travel where possible and get from one activity to the next as rapidly as possible. So I'm going to borrow that from him. He has said that he knows people that have done it in as little as 3 to 4 hours. That's pretty hardcore. I mean, that would be probably a determined sharpshooter build with someone who's got far better accuracy than me. So, food for thought. But yeah, this, and I think you missed it, Garrick, other than the last little bit. I've actually swapped over to this Hunter's build. So it's 4 pieces Hunter's Fury, everything rolled crit damage, Cheska chest piece with Obliterate, and Coyotes running the Oreo. I haven't swapped weapons yet. So, Golden Bullet advantage at this point is the fact that you don't use a whole lot of real ammunition because, again, Golden Bullet does not come from your ammo pool. You get free reloads, and the ammo that it reloads you with is not from your ammo pool. So, the other cool thing about next Tuesday is all exotics are going to be retroactively... You will retroactively be able to reconfigure them and get a random third attribute. So damage to targets out of cover, basically. So stock up on the exotic components. Your exotic component cost, I can't remember what it is currently, but it's going to it's 43 or 45 exotic components to take something from 11 all the way up to 25. So that's half the cost of what it is right now. So I think it's 90 currently. But anyway, where I was going with this is that was 3 quick levels, just fooling around. We've been on stream now for about an hour, and quite a bit of that was me yakking at the start. Basically what I do at the end of all of these now is I'm being a little bit more careful. There's the 1886. So this with damage to armor is not horrible. Damage to targets out of cover would be better. And then determined fits in with any kind of multi-directive build. Classic M1A, and you can see the difference. This is a rifle. This is a rifle. This, you can see it's almost double. It's not quite double the damage, but it's that much more damage. But it's only got a 5-round mag. But again, if you've got Golden Bullet or something like that, that just completely eliminates that. But that's also why I run White Death on a hotshot build, because once I build stacks, assuming that I'm not missing shots, it reloads automatically for me. And there was something about Habsburg. Third piece of Habsburg is going to give you 1.5% regen. Oh, and that's the other cool thing. Heligard. 3 piece is now going to give you 2% regen. So again, memento isn't as important for a lot of builds as it once was. Although it does give you 30% skill efficiency and 3% armor regen and 30% weapon damage and et cetera, et cetera. So it's still incredibly powerful. But if you don't have it, there's other ways to achieve really, really high armor regen numbers. Yeah, I know, right? I got very, very, very lazy in, basically all of this year. So, by the way, and I didn't say this on Sunday night and I meant to, Saturday, which was the 27th, is my first anniversary of the first Division 2 YouTube video that I dropped. So I've been doing this for fun, but I've been doing the YouTube thing now for a full year. I'm at, I think it's 1,806 subscribers in a year. But where I was going with this is on my first video a year ago Saturday, I was at around 2,500. So I've done 3,300 levels in a year. And that whole middle part, or most of this year, I was deconstructing in the field. I wasn't coming back and checking my recal library. So it is entirely my bad. So now that I've marked everything that I have no intention of keeping, go to the recalibration station. If you're working on expertise, I still recommend going to your recal library first and looking for the little green triangles. And you can see here there's none. It's getting really, really, really rare to find the stuff. But you can see here, I'm missing a talent here. I'm missing a talent here. No. So I'm missing a talent in SMGs. But there are still a few things that are not max rolled. So I'm down to one, and it's an SMG talent. And I can't remember what it is. Stabilize. Still have yet to get an SMG with stabilize. I've got some with perfect, but not with imperfect. Anyway, I go to the recal library. I look for my green triangles. I will donate and max out my recal library. Then you go to expertise. Everything in my inventory is already marked as junk, and then I just press and hold this down, and it donates what it's going to take. Then it's either, do I have enough cash, which this character does? That's enough. It's not a massive amount, but it's enough. Or do I need resources? Well, in this particular case, I need resources. My protective fabric and receiver component, you can see my receiver components are almost empty. So basically, I'm going to start deconstructing stuff. And nothing in here is maxed out, so I'm going to deconstruct. Uh-huh. So that is I'm answering Garrick. Are you suggesting I'm a little bit unstable? No. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm a lot unstable. Now, the hard things to get are the SHD calibration and the field recon data. So I'm going to use my deconstruction to get these, and I'm going to put my points in here. So this just gives me 6. If you need field recon data and other sorts of things, that's when you want to swap over and start doing control points because they reward that. So I'm going to check on the wood stove. When I come back, I'm going to switch things around and I'm going to do some heroic all directives and see how we make out. And I will be right back. And I'm back. And yes, the hat is gone. My head was starting to sweat. Or more specifically, my ears under the ear cups were starting to sweat. So we're going to swap the map first. We're going to change this to heroic, and we're going to change or include pistol arrow. So we're now up to heroic 5 directives. So again, this run, I'm going to try and do the lap and see how we do. I don't trust my abilities to do this with a sharpshooter build. So I'm going to do it with ongoing directive. So again, it's 4 pieces of ongoing, and we'll go over the build real quick. In this particular case, I am going to use Elmo because I trust it. I don't yet trust Ouroboros because of how close I have to get to use it. No, not really. Again, I trust Elmo. I'm fully cognizant of its weaknesses and strengths and my own with it. So that's what we're going to run with. I'm not going to run the Oreo. This is a pretty standard build. Lefty's not really required, but Sledge will come in handy sometimes against named enemies. So the way that the ongoing pieces, I believe it's a perfect 50-50 mix between crit damage and crit chance. It's, I think, a fully optimized build. It's been a minute since I've used it, but the mask has damage and a crit damage mod. The gloves have damage and weapon damage. The knee pads have weapon damage and crit damage. No, it's all crit damage. So 4 pieces with all crit damage. And then I believe it's all crit damage mods. It is. So 4 pieces ongoing. What that gives you is 15% additional status effects, which helps with the bleed ammo. 30% quicker reload speed, which really helps putting rounds down range. That massively increases your sustained DPS. And then you get rules of engagement. Shooting a status affected enemy will apply a mark. Killing a marked enemy grants a full clip of hollow point ammo for your active weapon and half a clip of the agent's active weapon to the rest of the party. That's the other advantage of running Elmo, because you're giving people 35 rounds instead of 70 like I get. Hollow point ammo amplifies weapon damage by 20% and applies the bleed on hits. So you get a little bit of dot, but it's amping your weapon damage. Then running Cheska with Obliterate, which was on my last build that we ran, and then Memento. And Memento gives me an additional armor core, so you can see I'm up to 946. Again, if I was going to, I may actually throw this build into the stash, put it on my mule character, and bring the expertise up to 11. I don't know when they changed this, but it used to be anything past 10, you started needing exotic components. For gear pieces, you can now take it to 11 without having to use an exotic piece. And I don't know if that's a glitch or a feature. I don't know, but I do know that that's currently a thing, which is why you'll see an awful lot of 11s on some of my pieces. So running the small shield and running the Banshee Pulse. The other advantage of running Memento for your stuff is it gives you, it turns the shield into a tier 2 shield, because I've got 1 armor core and 1 skill tier, both coming from Memento. So it's still paper mache, but it's slightly hardened paper mache. And then it also turns the Banshee Pulse into a tier 1, which increases its cone size and its disorient duration. So, and then for the pistol, I've got a couple of choices. You'll see this pistol on most of my non-skill builds. It's a D50 with headshot damage and determined. This plays prominently, especially in my headshot determined style builds. But I'll use this if I need to as a get out of jail card, basically. On my skill builds, I've got 2 different versions of the TDI card custom, one with Future Perfect and the other one with InSync. And it just depends on my mood, whether I need or want overcharge, or if I just want InSync for the extra skill damage. Food for thought. I've also got an orbit that has finisher or perfect finisher. Now this originally, it says purchased, I think. And I don't recall if this came, no, this one didn't come out of a cache. This one I purchased at one of the DZ vendors at some point. Or Countdown. I don't remember, honestly. If I wasn't using an exotic, I would be using the Regulus. So, and then Liberty is another choice. Liberty is not a bad... If you don't have Regulus and you want to run an exotic pistol, if you have the space in your build to use it, Liberty's fantastic because it will heal your shield. It's not saying that you won't be able to... You may not, especially with the small shield, be able to fix your shield before you go down, but... If you can get your 30 shots in, which you can see here, that's like three clips, but probably more like 4 to get the stacks. That'll repair 90% of your shield just by popping a headshot. So you get 30 body shots or chest shots, leg shots, whatever it is you can get, and then a headshot consumes all the stacks, repairing your shield for 3% per stack. So that would be 90% of your shield comes back instantaneously. I use this pistol a lot on tank builds where I'm using the full shield. And I don't always go for the full. I basically just, fire 7 and then fire 1. Fire 7, fire 1. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. I don't always think to do that, but that's ultimately what I'm trying to do. So let's get out in the field because that's how we start building the main ammunition. So again, the route we're going to take is we're going to go to the ring safe house and we're going to run to... And I skipped one. I forgot about the choke. We are going to do the choke. So basically, what we're doing is we're starting here. We're going to run to the sinkhole and do that one. We're going to run down to the solar farm and do that one. We're going to fast travel to Capitol Hill and do the crash site. We're going to fast travel back to the castle and do the choke. Then we are going to fast travel to Tidal Basin and go up and do the flooded levee, run over and do Washington Monument, and that's the route. So this is where we're going first. Yeah, went the wrong way already. I'm just sort of taking my time getting there because I want to get a little bit of ammunition. I am running gunner class, so I will start regenning ammunition here eventually. There we go. So we got slightly over a clip for that one. We have less than a clip for that one. And we do have gunner ammunition. Now this one, I don't know what I don't do this one a whole lot. I don't know where the best place to go for this is, but I do know I need to be relatively close for the first kill because I do need the specialty ammo. And that guy's a purple, so that's perfect. So there we got a clip of specialty ammo.
A golden bullet. Golden bullet received. Reinforcements
They're on this side.
incoming.
What the fuck?
Incoming hostiles detected.
Thank you.
Reinforcement complete. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Oh, that hurt.
Serious trauma detected.
Poking friggin' head out.
I'm reloading here.
Hostile has full golden bullet.
Now I'm not gonna. So there's the bleed.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Get out of there!
One thing to factor in when you're doing this type of farming is every time you go to a safe house, you're losing your ammo.
How am I gonna hit anything from here? Is that it? You never know when more will show up.
So I'm saving all of the stacks for my run over to the next control point. One other benefit of doing control points, especially on heroic, is you get the 10% chance of getting an exotic component. Now, one other thing we haven't talked about getting ready for a new season is inventory management. You should, if possible, start thinning the herd. Try and get your inventory down so that you've got, 100-ish 3 stacks in your stash. 150 would be better still. simply because there's all the new gear from next season to consider that you're probably going to want. Get rid of duplicates, get rid of stuff that you haven't used in a really long time that maybe is not getting a buff. Am I going the right way? Yep. Consider your builds. As an example,
Detected.
do you
Nearby
need
location.
a whole
Guarded
bunch of
by
Sokolov
hostiles.
pieces? Do you ever use it? Would Hunter's Fury do you better? And I can't answer that for you. Those are all questions you'd have to answer for yourself. But
Hostile
simplify.
assembling a golden bullet.
Use your additional character slots as storage mules.
Hostile completed the golden bullet. Golden bullet. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Go. Just fair warning, I'm on heroic with all directives. So you're not going to have any ammunition when you first spawn in. So maybe don't spawn directly on me if you can.
Access key detected. Hostile broadcast picked up.
You get any more snow?
No. A foot was enough.
Good.
But the good news is between Saturday afternoon and Monday morning, we're getting another foot. But I'm also picking up the, what do you call it? The
Winch?
winch.
Snowblower?
Yeah, winch.
What?
Well, we've got a snowblower. The winch tomorrow morning. So that I won't have to manually lift the friggin' blade up and down like I did this
Good.
week. Although, you know, I got my workouts in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, I'm in a spot where if you want to join on me now, I'm not in the direct line of sight of any NPCs, so we can hang out here and get you some ammo with Gunner.
I gotta figure out what build I'm gonna use.
I'm running ongoing, so you're going to be getting Hollow Point plus Golden Bullet plus I'm running Gunner as well. Well, Garrick, that's, you know, that's
You have been promoted to
like
group
any other
leader.
advice, you know, if you can, do it.
An
And if you
agent
can't,
from
you
your clan
can't,
has
you know,
joined your
but
team.
it's, you know, there's going to be a lot of new gear pieces this year, some of which you're going to want to keep. So how are you going to manage that? You know, plus 2 new exotics, plus a whole bunch of named gear, plus. So, you know, that's one of the things that both Jedi and I were doing earlier this week. I don't know if Jedi was specifically doing it in preparation of the new season or if it was just, you know, winter cleaning, but both of us were sort of chatting with each other as we were clearing out inventory space. So I haven't gotten myself to where I need or want to be yet. So I'm going to have to put some more stuff on my mule character, my secondary character, and then get a little bit more ruthless with what I want in my stash, because there's a lot in there that it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But they're not maxed out. They need to be optimized, and I haven't used them in a long time. So yeah, I get that completely. So let me know when you want to engage. So basically what I'm doing, Jedi, is a run that Tux does for the season leveling up. And it's done on heroic with all directives to maximize your expertise, or your XP gain. I think I went up 3 levels doing that control point plus the resource convoy that came in. Plus the elite patrol. So how was your day, Jedi?
Very busy. Doing a lot of chores and cleaning.
Yeah. That I can understand.
Something strange. When I loaded in my game, the invasion popped up, and then again when I fast traveled over here. And then the directives popped up twice.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I think the invasion popped up when you joined me because it's a new map, so to speak. But
Okay, should be good to go.
okay. I don't see anybody. There we go.
Hostile
And
assembly.
of course I'm on fire, guys.
Golden Bullet complete.
It's probably unsurvivable.
Hostile supply convoy nearby.
I don't have a hive,
Vital signs critical.
so I'm going to see if I can crawl out to you. And there's a resource convoy coming in behind you.
Alright.
So yeah, this might be a wipe.
An agent needs assistance. Agent deceased.
Do you have a hive?
Nope.
All right. That was my fault.
No point in having a high when you got cool skills on.
That's true.
Hey, there's that agent.
I hate guard duty.
Then let's go, Agent.
I think I'm going to play the next time through here a little bit more conservatively.
I switched to my Collector Shield build.
Okay.
Should use it off the bat, but I wanted to see how the other one was gonna work out.
Cool.
Just wish there were more.
Excuse me.
for Golden Bullet.
I don't know how you walk right past these guys.
Received.
Oh, I ignored them. And they ignored me. There's a patrol going out heading for you.
Time to kill.
That shield's gonna cause trouble! I got this! For the true sons!
Oh.
Bullet being assembled by hostile.
Your bleed only helps me.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Named is down.
Serious
Whoa.
trauma detected. Agent
Damn it.
malfunction.
Again? There's only a couple left. I don't actually know which direction that guy got me from.
Hostile has found Golden Bullet.
Just gonna grab a few more stacks of memento. All right, I'm good to go if you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good now.
Here we go.
Reinforcements en route. Incoming
east side.
hostiles detected.
I got some on the west.
Have arrived.
I'm with you. How'd they get there? Move now!
Position is shift.
Forward rotation on
Heavily armored hostile detected. Hostile assembling a golden bullet. Golden bullet complete.
They're moving around!
Get out of there.
Named is down.
Not now!
Supply room access unlocked.
Are you on your first loop or after that?
First loop, second control point.
Okay.
I was doing open world stuff first, testing out a couple Ouroboros builds.
So,
And for the first time since I can remember, I'm actually digging a Hunter's Fury build again.
Good.
I think it's the first time I've played a non-strikers build on a regular basis in I don't know how long.
Several months.
Might be longer than that. It's basically since I figured out strikers. So I ran two variants of the strikers build, one with Cheska, one with Grupo. Cheska was out damaging Grupo by about 50k. And Hunter's Fury, yeah. And Hunter's Fury was matching what I was doing with Grupo, so it's a little behind strikers, but you've got the extra 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. So, and you know, and then there's the other benefits of the you know, the disorient and all that kind of stuff. So now we're going to take on Crash Site. We're going to fast travel to Capital and hit it from the backside. which is not my favorite approach, but
And I'm gonna do this from inside the plane.
okay, I'm going to come in with you.
Okay, we got a patrol over here.
Coming to you.
Agent received a golden bullet.
Engaging. Well, I have gold bullet.
Hostile complete. The golden bullet.
I think there's a patrol coming in. They're under the other aircraft wing.
We got a grenade dog, yellow grenade dog.
I think he's down.
Okay.
Let's fucking die on it.
And looks like a convoy or patrol
Medical
coming in.
assistance needed. Hostile assembling a golden bullet. Agent down.
I'm just getting rid of the grenadier and then I'm coming to you. Shit. I think it's just the named left.
Alright, thank you.
Nope, there's two. Two golds.
Yep. There's a turret gun.
I think that's what's fucking me up as well. You back up?
I respawned at safe house.
Okay.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Yeah, True Sons have more turrets than anybody else.
Yeah, they do.
Well, honestly, I'm not sure whether I'd rather deal with turrets or huggers.
I hate, well, with the specialty ammo in effect, True Sons give you bleed, which is not horrible. It's not the end of the world. The outcasts will burn you, and then you can't aim down sights. Which just, you know, and then you've got the huggers.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Reinforcements incoming.
East side.
Hostile
Opposite side, west side.
Supply room access unlocked.
I'm glad you're on our side. I don't think we can pull that off without you. Secure the perimeter.
All right. Going to the settlement, and then we're going to do the choke. So castle settlement, I guess, is probably more accurate.
Yep.
Combat simulation program active.
I really need to learn where everything is here.
Hostile choke point nearby.
Dark zone. Not a clue. There it is. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm not really looking for anything tonight. I'm just trying to max out my recal library and my resources.
Did you find that SMG talent yet?
No. That's the only one I'm missing so far. There's nothing there. So I'm going to loot this as junk so that it's already where I need it to be. And nothing there.
How odd.
What's that?
There's someone over here playing a banjo.
Really?
Yeah.
Hostile control point identified.
I heard it walking underneath. You can hear it right here because they're directly above me.
Yep.
And yet,
Did you drop
Can't.
something over there?
oh, that's the weapon case. That's available every day.
I didn't even know that was there. I really need to start coming down here more often. It took me 5 minutes, well, what felt like 5 minutes of wandering around to find the recalibration station. Oops.
I'll be using glass cannon skills.
Okie dokie. And I've still got specialty ammo. I just don't have any memento stacks. I'm going to take my Banshee Pulse off and put a Revive Hive on. Hopefully not you have to use my shield a whole lot.
Keep an eye on that drone.
Hostile discounting a golden bullet.
Doggo down.
Hostile completed a golden bullet.
I'm blind.
Shit. Golden bullet
That grenade hit nowhere near me, and yet I'm on fire.
Activity armor hostile detected. Vital signs critical. Agent down.
Okay, what got me?
Probably the named.
No, but I mean, it was DOT that got me. I wasn't out of cover. You scared the shit out of me. I was like, I thought I cleared this.
Oh,
Big glowing gold thing rushing at me.
what the hell? Oh,
Yeah, I cleared
Yeah,
some
keep-
stuff out here.
keep forgetting there's a stairwell right behind the supply room.
Yeah. All right, I've got a few memento stacks and a little bit of health back, so I'm good when you are.
Alright.
Going out front.
Just can't.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
My side.
Shoot up.
Completed the Golden Bullet. Hostile assembling a Golden Bullet. Golden Bullet received. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Alright. Well played.
Yeah, that went a little
Supply room
smoother
access
after my drop.
Locked.
Look, puppy, you're just gonna have to deal. You want to be up here? These are the rules. long suffering sigh every time, no matter what I say. Whatever, human.
Yeah, exactly. Your little furry overlord doesn't agree with you.
Yeah. Whoa. Not sure what happened there. I almost crashed on the opening of the loot box.
Huh. All right, from here, we're going to fast travel to Tidal Basin and go up and do Flooded Levee.
There's a convoy right there.
I see it. We're going to grab that on the way through.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles. Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Incoming hostiles detected.
I think we're clear. That was pretty sweet.
Yep.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
We could grab that territory control while we're here if you want to do it.
Sure.
Wow. I was just rubber banded trying to go up the ladder.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh, this isn't good.
Hostile control point nearby.
Nice job. That was a good clear. I far prefer assaulting this control point from this side.
Yep. Not too many crisscross on the other side.
Yep. I took out a lot of the fuel on the way in, but not all of it. Just as a fair warning. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, should be good.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming
I'm looking
hostiles
south.
detected.
Coming from the south. Blind.
Hostile assembling Golden Bullet.
Grenader down.
South clear. Coming from the north.
Hostile has full Golden Bullet.
North clear. Nope. Northeast.
Golden Bullet active. Heavily armored hostile detected.
I can't see.
Named has a turret.
Turret down.
You have to get out.
Clear.
It's clear. Unless.
They're in, I don't know what, yeah, they're stirring up, they're drawing aggro.
Supply room.
There's a patrol out on the road. They pissed them off.
Yep. I just heard the aggro sound.
Outcasts.
Awesome.
There's some loot way down here. I don't know if.
Yeah,
there's
I've
gonna
already
be
been,
any-
I've already been over there. That's where the named was.
Okay.
That was a tough fight, Aiden. Thanks for your help.
Well, I'm 0 for 4 for exotic components. But I think I used up a year's worth of... Say again?
That means it's gonna be mine.
Hmm.
And right as it pops up.
Yep. Well, I
You
think
used up a year's what?
a year's worth of luck on Sunday doing the incursion with Tux. Or with their clan, rather.
Does you get her Ouroboros?
Well, I got 2 of them in one run.
Say what?
So, Johnson dropped one when we killed him. And then when I opened the chest, I got another one.
Wow.
So,
Detected.
there was a brand new guy. It was his very first ever run through the incursion, so I dropped one for him.
How very generous of you.
I didn't feel that it was... I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have one in my stash, you know, for my secondary character, but that's just greedy. And the worst part is I'd love to bring it back and share it with the clan, but you'd have to have been in my group.
Exactly. Yeah, that would have been a mighty tussle over who's gonna get that. From
Yeah,
the clan.
exactly. Here, I'll throw it here, and out of nowhere comes Lano. Meow. Hey, Carl. Good morning. Yeah, my alarm is set for 6 a.m. I've got several appointments tomorrow morning. I've got a chiro appointment and then a dental appointment. I've got to pick up the new winch for the quad that I broke, and on and on and on the list goes. So it's going to be a little bit of running around and then work. But my alarm won't be going off nearly as early as yours just did. There's a gold grenadier up top that we probably want to take out first.
Nope.
Golden Bullet.
No, I don't want to throw that.
Thanks for wasting that grenade.
Hostile completed. Golden Bullet.
Oh, guy just ran past me and managed to run between every bullet I sent his way.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
That's kind of serious trauma.
Apparently I can shoot through the tarp. Or maybe that's you.
Yep, I'm still here. Still alive.
Let me know when your skills are reset.
Okay. 10 seconds. There's a propaganda out there now. Good to go.
Here we go.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
They're coming from this side. second wave over here.
Went the wrong way. Turret's down. Whole big long wave coming in from further up the walkway.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
They're going around us!
Named as a
I
healer.
hit him with that.
Or more show up?
I don't think any more are gonna show up.
Supply room access unlocked.
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
doubtful. All right, that was a full lap. I'm gonna run back to the White House.
Good call. Wait a minute.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. I just thought that was loot, and it's just ammo.
All right, I will mark it all for deconstruction recalibration when I get back. I'm going to take a quick bio break and load up the wood stove, so I will be back in 2 or 3 minutes. All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Garrick, are you saying my frame rate is off? Because it doesn't look like I'm getting a whole lot of dropped frames. And I'm using the same frame rate that I normally, or upload frame rate that I normally use. Ah, okay. That's weird. Oh, yeah. I am full. Why am I opening this? Yeah. So, anyway. Like I said earlier, this is not about, for me anyway, it's not about grinding for gear. It's just about levels and resources, basically. So that's the reason I'm marking this also rapidly. Okay, good to know. All right, just a sec.
Take a look and see. All the best stuff right here.
Yeah, Max hasn't played a whole lot this week. So it's Carl's at the top. I'm in second. But I'm still, what, 34, 33... Yeah, just about exactly 33 million behind him. And then Jedi is in third place. So I'm not sure where
Pretty
Max...
sure he's playing Division 1.
Okay. Or, because I know that they're at... he was load shed earlier, and he might have just gone to bed. Because I don't see him on the Discord list. I don't know. I thought it was... Jedi, do you know how many K XP it is per level? Is it 700K?
700,000.
700? Yeah. Gotcha,
Yeah, on
Carl.
that one lap, I got 5 levels.
Yeah, I got 5 on that last part. And the last time I was here, or the last time I looked, I'd gone up 6. I don't recall what I started the evening at. I think I've gone up 13 or 14 levels so far tonight. So only 12 away from 5,900. So I'm going to put a bit of a push on and see if I can break 6K before the new season.
I think last I recall you were at 58.65 approximately.
Garrick just said I was at 58.75 or 58.77 at the start of the evening. So, yeah, 11 or 12 levels. And I suppose I could open my phone up and go back and have a look. Yes, we are. We're at a full 3-tier weekly cash. So yes, we are gold tier cash. All right, Mr. Jedi, what would you like to do?
We can keep doing this.
Okay.
Doesn't bother me at all.
No, it was a nice change from what we normally do. The only one we didn't do was Metro Ruins, but you know we could certainly do that on the way back out. I'm just going to reset the map.
And my shade project. Looks like the daily is stranded tinker, but I don't want to go to New York unless we have to.
No, same.
So what are you changing it to?
Oh, I just reset the control points is all I did.
Oh, okay.
The weekly legendary is still it's Capitol building. It was district district union arena last week. Capitol is not my favorite.
No. No.
So you guys can see I've done a fabulous job of cleaning out my inventory. I'm down to 282 out of 300 in the stash. So I've got some pruning to do before the season starts.
I was able to condense my 2 mules down to 1.
Oh.
Yeah. But
So that's
I'm still at 287 in my stash.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Garrick. Garrick just said he'd rather do 30 levels of Summit than Capital.
Legendary capital.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
just
what are
for
we hitting?
no, we're not going to get there in time. The Warhound convoy is just it's just parking itself by tidal. I don't think we can get there before it despawns. I'm going to try.
It's already gone.
Lasai.
Civilians
As soon
in
as they
distress.
cross that fence line, it's over.
It's still showing on the map. I just don't have any ammo.
A convoy just leaving the choke,
And
and also one just leaving Solar Farm.
All right.
Hostile is implanting golden bullet. Golden bullet received. Civilians in danger. Golden bullet complete.
Sending in drones.
what the hell? I didn't know there were turrets here.
Once you shut down, so the NPC can walk. Looks like there's 5 events all around Levy.
Okay. Well, I was today years old when I found that out. Never ever triggered them
Civilians
before.
in distress.
There's a chunga over here. Yeah, why don't we do a lap around Washington Monument, counterclockwise, starting with the public execution.
Contact. They ran. Go! Go!
Come on, get free.
Incoming hostiles detected. Hostile completed. The Golden Bullet.
Hostile UAV is airborne. Got the guy over there.
Hostile broadcast detected.
I think I just pulled aggro from something that wasn't part of what we were doing.
Hostage health is critical.
You bastard!
They're around here
Received.
somewhere.
Golden Bullet.
Target is near you, Agent.
What happened to all the stuff that was active out here? It's all gone.
What?
Yeah, it's all gone. There's a resource convoy. I'm heading to the DZ South main entrance.
What? That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, something at that intersection right there.
Okay.
Hostile assembling Golden Bullet. Civilians in danger.
Convoy's coming right to us.
Detecting
Manhole
additional
north.
hostile contacts. Hostile broadcast picked up. Incoming hostiles detected. Hostile has scored Golden Bullet.
Use that hatred against
I think I just aggroed the thing up the road.
Probably.
Don't bring a shotgun to an assault rifle. Fight.
Did it.
listen.
The true sons don't give a damn about your past transgressions. We don't pass judgment. We don't ask questions. All we ask for is your loyalty and respect. Join us, and together we will clean up this city and America.
Hostile control point identified. Access key detected.
We
Get
used
the
to
key.
fear an all-knowing heartless technology. We wrote stories about the dangers of artificial intelligence.
Manual
And
override
now
required.
that disease has become a reality. We have heard
Progress
Hit the machine. Other side.
Agent received a Golden Bullet. Manual override required.
Fire hungry.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Let's say west.
Yep.
Hey, mate.
Yo.
Be nice to Jedi. Don't steal all his kills, man.
Trying really hard not to. I've actually backed off the trigger and then the DOT kills them.
Oh no. You know what happens when you steal all his kills, huh?
No.
What's that?
I steal all his kills?
Heavily armed hostiles guarding location nearby.
I don't know. What happens?
Hello.
Did we lose one?
Thanks, Agent.
We must have.
I'm off to work now, so have fun and behave, huh?
I will try.
Okay, see you later.
Take care, bud, and have a safe day at work.
Thanks. All the nutcases on the road these days.
Tell me about it. There's another resource convoy.
There was an accident yesterday on the road. They were driving so fast and so little space between them.
Yep.
That one's going through the village. And there's a propaganda right here. Or is that inside? That's inside. Oh, right here.
Gonna flank him. Oh, you've got him.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Golden Bullet.
We're right beside a propaganda.
Yeah, that's the one I said.
Can we get to that from going up? Yep. I'm growing for the key.
Access key detected.
Got the key.
Plugging it. As soon as it
Progress
gets the
halted.
timer.
Manual override required.
Oh, I missed the key. Hang on.
Okay.
Now I have the key.
Progress resumed.
Looks like northwest.
Hostile assembling Golden Bullet. Manual override required.
I guess that's what he meant. I'm just trying to find an angle so I don't get shot.
Well, all
And
those
then,
all
bam,
the,
they're dead.
all those points are back. The ones that weren't there, and then now they're back. Do you want to do the elite territory control?
Sure.
Just did a big bad no-no. I ran through the tail rotor. I mean, it's not running, but you know, bad habit.
Very bad habit.
Ready when you are. Is that the loot goblin that I just killed?
I didn't think it spawned over here.
I didn't either.
Hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
On the chunga.
Me too.
Down. I got a new chunga. Name guy. Who's down?
Access key detected.
Yeah, we got the loot goblin. That was the guy that came running in with Golden Bullet.
Huh.
I had no idea he spawned around here.
Me neither.
We got aggro across the fence.
Too bad for them.
Another guy bringing a shotgun to an assault rifle fight.
Just fucking die already.
You first.
Clear.
Alright, let's see if I got any SMG for you. That's an AR. stabilize.
Woo! You the
you go.
man, cool guy. Thank you. I mark that as junk right now. And not deconstruct.
I have to go turn that in so you don't make a mistake.
Yep, on my way. I wonder. I don't know Garrick. He may have. Whoop, there it is.
Is that your last one?
That was the last talent. I'm still missing one at maximum value for attributes in rifles. What am I missing? Accuracy. Oh, and I'm also missing a talent in assault rifles. Which one is it? Stabilize.
In one.
Same one. Yeah, there's a couple of, like, basically there's like one in every, or one or two in every single one that are not at max value. Like I've got rifles. I need one. Assault rifles. I need a talent. Marksman rifles. There's 2 attributes that are not at max. Shotgun, there's 2. SMGs are fully maxed. LMGs, I've got 2 attributes that I need to top up. Pistols, I'm only at 8 out of 13. So, I've been very, very lazy. I think all my gear pieces are done, though.
Are they delivering the on-the-go recal on this patch?
Yes, that's my understanding, is it goes live next week. So it's tinkering, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do all of this stuff out of the menu. I'm gonna have to go have a look and see how it's done, but all right, I'm good to go again. Want to go back down toward the tidal basin and see if we can go around clockwise this time for real.
After I cash out, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was 4 levels that time. Do you need a chain killer?
My weekly shade project gave me another Elmo.
Nice. Do you ever play your alt characters, or are they just mules?
No, that's just a mule. I don't really have a use.
Yeah, that's fair.
For a second. Besides, going after all those collectibles drive me insane.
Yeah.
Okay, title you said?
Yes, there's a public execution down that way.
And I used to chase the weekly challenges for this game.
Okay.
Trying to level up my account. And as I'm nearing account level 90, it's kind of lost its luster.
Golden Bullet being assembled by hostile.
What the hell?
Hostile completed the Golden Bullet.
Hey, go TDI card. It's the next yard over.
Yeah, I'm going in the back way.
Civilians in distress.
Bleed out.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I'm shocked. I'm in deep shit.
Medical
Yep.
assistance needed. Agent incapacitated.
Don't worry about me. You got enough to worry about?
We got them all!
We'll never let them beat us.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you
Thank
hadn't
you,
shown up.
Agent.
Aerial recon.
Is it aggroed yet?
Not yet, but it is circling the monument. Are you wanting to intercept the convoy out of the monument?
Sure.
Okay, we have to go north for that then.
Coming to you. Sorry, I saw loot.
Yeah. I don't think the recon's gonna aggro on us.
Okay.
We stay in the fence line.
Civilians in
Okay.
danger.
I was like you once. I did not see the value in organization like the True Sons.
I don't think we have enough time to tackle the propaganda
That changed my mind.
before the convoy gets here.
No, we'll just do the convoy.
Is it better for a man to die of disease, slowly and in pain,
Should be able to intercept it in here.
Yeah. And then this doorway, I think, ends up a spawn point.
Thanks to his tireless
Oh, there's another propaganda just right there.
CEO ensured that our communities across the eastern
I don't know. How heroic are you feeling?
What could go wrong? Says the guy with, like, 2 armor bars.
Hostile completed. Golden Bullet.
about what happened to my brother, Felix Sokol. Felix was a medic for the Black Tusk. He was going to be a doctor.
What's that?
We're in a crossfire.
Yep.
Grenades.
Yep.
Access key detected. Override required. Serious trauma
sake.
detected. Agent down.
Are you respawning or are you?
Yeah, I'm coming back to title right now.
Okay.
Felix Sokolov. Felix was a medic for the Black Tusk.
I've got about 10 seconds, maybe 15, before I've bled out completely.
After our father died. While it's true I did not know him as a boy,
Gonna take me that long just to run to you.
I know.
man had become.
But I'm staying. I'm stemming the bleeding, staying up as long as I can.
My brother Felix was young and impressionable. He made a mistake. I would never do anything to hurt him or put him in harm's way.
Just bled out.
Agent deceased.
Yeah.
There's 2 over my corpse. One I think has Golden Bullet. There's the LM or machine gunner that got me, the heavy weapons guy, and then there's, I think he's a sniper, but I'm not positive. Yep. No. Looks like he has a G36. Okay, I'm respawning. Just fast traveling over to title. I should be over in about 20 seconds.
Okay.
Hostile control point nearby.
President Andrew Ellis may not have been the leader re-elected, but when we needed him to step out from behind the speaker's podium and onto Air Force One, he didn't hesitate.
Well, at least I know what her motivation is now.
Wonderful work he has done since the
What's that?
Avenging her brother.
President Ellis
Gotcha.
has been relentless.
She believes the division killed her brother, and not the Tusk.
Because he was a division agent, right?
Great nation back on track,
He was recruited as a medic.
build from the
Okay.
ashes left behind by the division.
How many they got?
Hostile assembling Golden Bullet. Hostile has full Golden Bullet. Manual override required.
Just hold for 1 sec. Okay.
And we cannot stand by and let dated ideals get in the way of progress. The true sons will give you something worth believing in. Join us. Something great.
That resource convoy is still active.
Your new favorite DJ, Eva Garcia. The mouth from the south. That's a terrible catchphrase. Forget it. We've got plenty of space, and we're trying to build a community here. We promise, no strings attached. We just want to help rebuild from the ashes, and save what remains.
It's supposed to be right here.
I'm not seeing anything out here.
No.
And there's nothing beyond this container.
All right, let's go do this public execution.
Weird.
It is. Although I have had it happen before.
Say your prayers.
No!
Couldn't get here quick enough. They killed one.
Vital signs critical. Hostile has full golden bullet. Agent out of action.
Oh, your turret's there. That's not good.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Another elite convoy coming in. We gotta backtrack.
Go. I'll follow you.
Gonna be right on top of us.
Okay.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I haven't heard that before.
What's that?
Let's not fuck this up, okay? Okay. You wouldn't happen to have a corrosive, would you?
I don't, but I can get one. No. Pulse. We want chem launcher. Oxy.
Is he hitting him?
Yep.
Cool.
Detecting hostile contacts. Immediate medical assistance needed.
I couldn't get away from them.
Incapacitated.
Behind you.
Again? Kidding me? Oh man. Nope.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Three in a row, wow.
Hiding like a rat, huh? Worst mistake of your life. I'll kill you all. Gotta stay out of firing range.
Alright then.
Yeah, that was a little bit painful.
Execution or propaganda?
Yes. Whichever you pick.
Let's go back to title. I'm too dangerous with an oxidizer, so I'm gonna keep the set that I have.
Yeah. Actually, give me 1 sec. I'm going to try that Oxy build that I put together.
Okay.
Do you have any skills you want overcharged? Because I will be overcharging as we go in.
Not really.
Hostile assembling Golden Bullet. Hostile completed the Golden Bullet. Agent down.
Yeah.
Give me a second to build up some charges.
Oh shit, shit, shit!
Golden Bullet.
Looks like the execution shifted north.
I think I might have gone the wrong way.
He's just taking the extra long way.
Yep.
Hostile control point detected.
I'll get the minigun. Get out of there!
Hit the minigun, would you?
Is there someone up there?
Well, not anymore.
I'll blast it. Wait.
Oh, hey. Those drones hurt. They must have a gold healing box.
Golden Bullet complete.
Fox down.
Neutralize the hostile!
It's like one of them jumped the fence. Aerial recon coming in. I don't think it's gonna aggro us here. No, it's moving away.
Oh.
See that?
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostile associated Golden Bullet.
Sure.
Was a lucky shot with the missile.
Looks like they still have that beer later.
Kind of sucks that well, a skill build or skill build like this sucks with cool skills. So going back to what I was running before. And let's do one more, and then I'm going to have to call it a night. I got to get up at 6. So there's a propaganda broadcast and a TC side by side. TC's closer.
Hope we can knock it out before that recon gets here.
Hope so.
Received. Golden Bullet. Incoming hostiles detected.
Get aggroed on us.
Golden Bullet. Access key detected.
Great. I'm going to head back to the White House and then cash out and call it an evening.
Yep. Hope you get some good rest.
Well, I'll sleep fast. And Garrick was asking in Discord what your deflector build looks like.
Post it in now.
Do you have it on you right now?
Dropping the picture onto Discord.
Cool. So Catharsis, 4 pieces of Foundry, and Foxes?
Yep. Why is it not letting me do that? Oh. It's just a little slow.
That's a cool looking build.
Serves me pretty good.
Yep. That's actually pretty decent health on that shield. And then you're running what, the Artificer?
It rotates from Artificer to Hive based on the need.
Right on.
Usually Reviver only if I'm a solo doing crazy shit like we were just doing.
Yep. Well, I mean, this particular season's skills, they're not my favorite of all the seasons we've played. So I'm actually looking forward to the rotation next week.
Me too.
Seeing what we get.
Really looking forward to seeing what happens with the meta shakeup away from ARs.
My gut, and this is just my gut says that ARs are still going to be extremely popular PvE and for open world stuff. It's going to be for for raids and incursions and PvP that you'll see the shift. Mm-hmm. That's just a guess, though. I think you're going to see people shifting toward some of the other how do I word this? The high-end tier list is just going to evolve. It's going to be the F2000. G36 is actually supposed to be pretty decent now going forward. But the meta talent is going to be behind you, and then it's going to be ways to keep that up as much as you possibly can to take advantage of the amp damage.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get the Mosquito pretty fast so I can actually be a tank.
Yeah. I admit freely, I spent almost zero time looking at stuff from the PTS. So all of this new stuff is going to be a wild ass guess for me for the first little bit. And my goal for the next little while, I've got 103 levels to roll over to 6,000. I want to see if I can get that done before next week, which shouldn't be difficult. I mean, we just racked off 20 some levels.
Would you happen to need a crit damage 11.7?
I do not.
Okay.
I've got a bunch of 12s. But thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see what I've got for stars.
We get so busy we forget to breathe.
Hey, over here.
37. No.
To breathe.
3 more for another exotic.
Military AK with health and crit chance. So next week that'll get rolled to behind you.
Yep.
And then we'll see if the AK is as good as or people are saying it will be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got a couple guns standing by, waiting to see. all these directives and leave the difficulty where it is for the morning. All right, everybody.
Sir, you have a very good night.
Yeah, you too, Jedi. Thanks for playing. That was a lot of fun.
Always.
All right, take care, brother.
Good night.
Night. So, like I said, you know, if you end up picking up the Ouroboros, you've got a lot of differing options from strikers. Shouldn't say a lot. You've got options from strikers. Hunters is actually very viable. So 4 pieces of hunters. I ended up running it with the Cheska chest. Basically set it up exactly the way I set up my strikers build. Cheska chest, 4 pieces of gear set, and the Coyote's mask. And that seemed to slap almost, well, it slapped as hard as this build with the Grupo, which is another way to run it. So this is 4 pieces of strikers, Grupo, and Coyotes. I believe, and this isn't I believe, fully stacked up, this will out DPS Hunter's Fury, but for open world playing, the advantage of the Hunters is the armor on kill. With Gunner running strikers, you've got 10% from the Gunner specialization. With this, you've got 30% armor on kill because I'm still running Gunner, but you've also got 100% health on kill. And that can certainly ease you out of some prickly situations, shall we say. So, if you don't have Oreo for something like this, the way I was running this before was actually to run, and I might have stored them, I did, a couple of tactical vectors, which is what the Ouroboros is built off of. So I've got 2 in my stash, one with Mag's Eyes, and that would be my recommended way to go with Killer. So this is going to up your crits. The mag size, the tactical vector suffers from a small magazine. You can see it's 19 by default. And then with the plus 20, that takes it up to 39. So 40 if you do a reload. Which what's coming, if I can recall what it is. If you ran something like this with 3 pieces of Brazos and then something else. So the way I would probably do that is a modified version of it with 2 pieces of Brazos, 3 pieces of Hunter's Fury, and then the Ninja Bike. Because that's going to give you a much bigger mag size and Ninja Bike backpack specifically with the new season, because 3 pieces of Brazos gives you a plus 50% mag size. So food for thought. If you don't have the Ouroboros and you want a high RPM, high damage weapon, this would be the way to go. This one, I'm waiting for the new talent. Because it's got damage to targets out of cover, and I'm going to roll that to behind you and just play with it and see how it works. This one, I rolled on mag size just again to mess around with it, but that is certainly a way to go if you want to run something that's close. I mean, it's close. It's not the same. I mean, this one's got a 1485 RPM versus 1200, so it's that much higher. But anyway, I'm babbling at this point. You saw the Oxy build, poor demonstration of it in use because of the cool skills. At some point, I'm going to try and get us into the incursion on stream, and we can test it out for what it's intended for. Like I said, it's basically I put that whole build together for clearing that first room, and that's it. But if we do Tidal Basin, it might work in the last room there as well. But it's a risky build to run because it does have glass cannon. You've got limited charges in the Oxy. And from a guns damage perspective, I guess you're at 6. No, wrong gun. If you go to the Oxy build, you're only at 26% chance, 75% damage. It does decent damage on its own, but it's intended to be used with other skills. So, heroic missions where you're in danger of being shot, this is not the build to be running. So, anyway, that's enough speed babbling out of me for one evening. So I am going to sign off. I'm going to keep to my usual schedule. I will be on Thursday evening and then again on Sunday evening. And we'll see what we can work out, arrange, get set up for Thursday and for Sunday. So I'm signing off for the evening. Hope you guys had a good stream. I certainly did. And we will catch you all in the next stream. Take care, everybody.